We're joined by Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. Coach, thanks so much for the time. It's week 17, and it's a simple scenario. Win, and you're in. What stands out to you about your team's preparation as you get ready to play the Bengals this week?
Well, I just think our guys have been very focused. I'm real pleased with the attention to detail. The level of energy has been great, and guys are locked in. So, hey, the next step is to go play well, and that's never guaranteed. You've got to be on point every play. We're playing a great opponent in terms of these guys are hot. It's a rivalry game. It's always a tough game, and it's interesting. At the end of the year, they play their last home game really well over the years. So we just have to play our best football game and try to take care of business.
Coach, obviously we're well aware of the circumstances of this game. I'm curious, do you talk at all with the team about that, or are those things that are just better left unsaid and you don't worry about the scenarios and the circumstances?
You really have to focus on the task at hand. Our job is to play good football. That's what we need to talk about. Everything else just becomes a distraction and really a deterrent to try to doing the job. We need to focus on what we need to do to carry out the task, which is play our best football game of the year, offense, defense, and special teams, play together, and find a way to win the football game.
I want to ask you about a specific player, and that's the rookie J.K. Dobbins. He's really come on strong the second half of the year, and he just seems to be getting better every week. And he talked this week about how it was a little challenging earlier this season for him because he's not a patient guy, and he knew he had to earn more playing time and wait his turn to a certain extent. What has allowed him to play so well over the second half?
Well, he works hard. He's a good player, first of all. He's talented with all the young guys. There's a transition into this league, and even guys who come out like gangbusters, they'll do well, but they may drop off a little bit because there's a lot of lessons to be learned. There's a lot of great players in this league. There's guys that have length and speed and knowledge, and they understand the game. And once they see you, they're gonna find a way to compensate and try to get you stopped or try to block you or whatever the case is. So, but I think all young players transition. He kept it simple. He worked hard. He kept a positive attitude, and listened to guys like Mark Ingram. And now he's doing well. But really, it's about the next game. It's focused on the next game. There's really not much time to look back right now. We're just trying to do the best we can Sunday.
And Coach, this week the opponent is obviously the Cincinnati Bengals. You mentioned them a little bit earlier, but what kind of challenges does this team provide, knowing that they've won their last two games?
Well, they're running the ball really well. The zone block, the zone read stuff. They're getting the ball out quick. They've moved the ball. They had 500+ yards against Houston. The defense is playing really well. They play hard. They always play hard. They've got a good group in the back end there. Their linebackers are downhill backers. Defensive line is very physical. It's a division game. It's the AFC North. It's every one of these games is a tough game. I don't care what the outcome ends up being, one way or the other. It's still going to be a tough game. These teams know each other. Nobody's intimidated. Nobody's afraid. Both teams will be ready to go. It's just going to be a fight, and we're ready for it. We're looking forward to it, and we want to put our best foot forward.
Absolutely. We can't wait for Sunday at 1 o'clock. Coach, thanks so much for the time, and good luck in Cincinnati.
Thanks, Garrett.